Welcome back to another episode of Health Hacks as I continue talking about the power of your unconscious mind and the power of your mind in general. And today I want to talk to you about thoughts and what are they anyway? Thought is the ability to see life. Everything we experience is brought to us by the power of thought. And if you haven't heard of the work of Sydney Banks, you might want to dive into it if this is a conversation that you're like, that's interesting. I haven't thought of it that way before, and I'd like to learn more. He has a YouTube channel. He's got a number of books, The Enlightened Gardener, The Enlightened Gardener Revisited, as well as Dear Eliza, as well as Second Chance, and then The Quest for the Pearl. Really great books telling stories that weave this idea around the power of thought. And what I really love about it is the fact that a thought is simply that. It is just a thought. You can have thoughts come into your mind, and if they're positive thoughts and empowering, then great. Grasp onto those thoughts and go with them. Maybe they're thoughts that are a great idea of something that you want to move towards. Great, go with it. However, you also have the power to release thoughts that don't serve you. If they're negative thoughts, thoughts of talking yourself down, etc., then recognize it for what it is. It's just a thought. It doesn't have to be true. And let it go. And when my training partner and I were just in the UK for our own mentorship program and up-leveling, we had a lot of discussion around this, very philosophical discussion and very powerful discussion. And it taps into not only thought, as well as mind and consciousness. However, today I just really want to focus on thought and that simple idea that every thought you have isn't necessarily true. And every thought you have, you don't have to hold on to and take in as being part of your identity. You can reject thoughts that pop into your head and say, no, this isn't true. And we are literally creating our own reality each and every single day through filters that we have developed and filled with content from our programming from a very young child. And all human beings have the same filters. There are beliefs, our values, our memories, our language, our decisions, etc., etc. What's housed in those filters is different for every single person because no two of us have lived identical lives. And we attend events, we have experiences in our lives, and our mind will process what we think about that event through those filters. And that will have us running the love story or the horror show. And all of that is the result of us being able to think and having thoughts, etc. And so to be able to just check your thoughts and question, is that true? Is it real? Can I let that thought go? And just say, it's just a thought. And our mentor shared with us a meme that he had created that I'm going to pull up on the screen here for you all, because it's such a great image for all of you to see. That the waterfall in the background, those are just all of your thoughts coming into your mind as if on a waterfall and floating down a river. And some of those thoughts are poopy thoughts. They're not so positive. And we can just let them float on by and let them go and leave. What we don't want to be doing is bending down and picking it up and smelling the poop. We don't need to put that much focus on our negative thoughts. We can simply recognize it's a thought and I'm going to let it go. I'm going to release it and I'm going to move on. And it really can be as simple as that when you're willing to step into this concept of thought. And if that's something that you would love to learn more about, I highly recommend you follow the work of Sydney Banks. And if you'd like to join any of our training programs that we have where we're building in this learning, then feel free to reach out, melissa@yourguidedhealthjourney.com, and let's have a discussion about which of our training programs you might be most interested in.